Hey everyone, it is week 10, which is just crazy. So my first reminder is that next week is our farmers' vacation. So they are going to watch Jed graduate from basic training in Texas. So next week there's just kind of that pause on the CSA. You're not missing out on a week. Everything will resume the following week, but next Tuesday, Thursday, there is no veggie pickup. Which I feel like is kind of nice sometimes to have a little break mid-season so you can catch up with all those veggies that might have been piling up in that refrigerator. So next week there is that break. Other kind of announcements, it is week B. It is chicken and pork share week. And what else? Lots of bulk corn. So if you want to freeze corn, right now is kind of like the time to do it. The truck does have like limited space to bring the bulk corn to site, so make sure if you want that you're like on top of your store orders, because I think there's only like room for 15 to 20 bags at each pickup site. So just kind of be aware of that. Pesto Fest is next Saturday. You do need to RSVP. I think it's like $15 per person. That happens at the farm, so make sure you check that email if you're interested in Pesto Fest. And then other kind of big event coming up is the Field to Table Dinner. That is September 12th from 5 to 9. Tickets are limited to 50 people, and it is open with a discount to CSA members first. So if you're interested in attending, I would highly encourage you to go back and look at that email from Saturday to make sure you get your tickets for the Field to Table Dinner. All right, so veggies this week. Featured veggie is this beautiful red cabbage. Cabbage, I feel like, goes pretty far when we talk about like portions once you like cut up this cabbage, right? Like a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm just gonna use this whole cabbage this week. Probably could have used half of it. But cabbage is a super hearty vegetable. It's gonna be good in that veggie drawer for at least a month, if not longer. What happens is sometimes these leaves get a little like grimy or brown. You just peel away the outer leaves and then you give it a little rinse off. So this guy can just go in your veggie drawer. You can throw it in a Ziploc bag, in a green bag if you want to. But the cabbage is going to be good for several months in the refrigerator. It's also great in the veggie soup bags that I posted about if for some reason you're overwhelmed with cabbage. And then we've got some change-ups this week between sites. Sylvania is getting some beautiful like collard greens. Thursday night we'll be getting that Mediterranean kale that we got last week. Either way, you're going to store these greens in a green bag. The collard greens are a super hardy green, so they're not going to go bad anytime fast. You've got at least a week, if not a little bit longer with them. Remember, with any type of green or kale especially, the longer it sits in your fridge, the more bitter it gets. So keep that in mind. Also, a great green to go in those veggie soup bags that we talked about. But when you get these greens home, I would just throw them in a green bag, throw in a paper towel to absorb any excess moisture. You're just going to store them dry and dirty as is. And then when you go to use them, you're going to rinse them off with some cold water, kind of fold them in half and like cut off this stem. Chop those greens up fine and saute them, add them to soups, to stews, stir fries, frittatas. I'm actually throwing these in. I've got a few of those Mediterranean kale leaves left. I'm throwing those in this green bag. So those are my greens for the week. And then we've got another week of beautiful celery. Remember, this is not your typical celery. This is more of a cooking celery. It is loaded with flavor. So not like an ants on the log type situation, but more of like a soup, stew, chicken pot pie type thing. I actually posted a chicken pot pie recipe in the newsletter this week because you've got carrots, you've got onions, you've got garlic, you've got corn, you've got a lot of good fixins for chicken pot pie. Even if you just like make the base, the inside, and freeze it for this winter when you actually want chicken pot pie, I would highly recommend that. So the celery, these leaves are actually my favorite part. Last Friday I posted about dehydrating the celery leaves. I tend to do that every year. That's why I want this celery. So I dehydrate these leaves, put them in the oven, low temperature, until they're super dry and crispy, and then I end up, did I put it away? I might have put it away. I end up crushing up those leaves and mixing it with some salt and making some celery salt. This is a go-to all winter long, so I would encourage you to do that. But as far as storing this guy, ideally you should wrap it up in some foil, which I forgot to bring over here, so we'll do that later. Wrap it up in some foil and then put it in your crisper drawer until you have a time to kind of get to it. But yeah, this is definitely more of like a cooking celery. So when you go to use it, dehydrate these leaves if you can, cut up these stalks, cook them down for whatever you kind of plan on using them in. And then we've got some garlic. Garlic is room temperature, not in the refrigerator. You can freeze garlic for some reason if you're not going to get to this garlic. You can peel it and kind of break apart these cloves and throw the cloves in a Ziploc or in a mason jar and put that in your freezer. And then they thaw out really easily once you pull them out of the freezer, and you can chop them up, use them in whatever. Going to be good for a year in the freezer. But if you're going to use it, just room temperature out on that countertop. Same thing with this heirloom tomato. Everyone got a beautiful heirloom tomato tonight. This should be stored on your counter, stem side down. Gonna be good for a few days, but out of everything in your box, this heirloom probably needs to be used first. I would do a BLT, a really good burger, a really good sandwich. Super, super tasty, but this is gonna go bad quickly, so need to enjoy that within the first few days. And then we've got some onions here, some sweet onions. These are cured, so they don't have to go in the refrigerator. They should be like cool, dry, dark place, away from potatoes and away from the eggplant if you can. It's going to make the potatoes and the eggplant go bad faster, so store these away if you can. Onions, remember, are bag and freeze items, so you can always just chop these guys up, throw them in the Ziploc bag, throw them in the freezer if for some reason you're overwhelmed with onions. But yeah, those are cured onions this week. We've also got some carrots without tops. I have a green bag here with carrots from a few weeks ago, so I'm just going to go ahead and store those just dry and dirty as is. Remember, when you go to use the carrots, just give them a little wash. You can peel them if you want to, but because they're organic, you don't necessarily have to peel them, so that is totally up to you. And then we've got some beautiful jalapenos this week. Should go in the refrigerator, maybe in a green bag. It's going to be good for a couple weeks. Peppers, again, bag and freeze item, just like those onions. So if for some reason you're overwhelmed with peppers, maybe you grew some yourself in your own garden, chop those guys up. We even have some people that freeze a jalapeno whole, and then in the wintertime they like grate it on recipes. So you could do that, but the jalapenos are also a bag and freeze item. Depending on the spiciness that you like, you should just not like that like inner part that's like lighter green, I forget what it's called. Just use more of the outer side of the pepper if you want more of the flavor and not so much of the spice. And then different varieties of eggplant this week. There might be like some fairy tale eggplant out there. My favorite way to store eggplant is not in the refrigerator. So you could store this in a green bag in the refrigerator. I have had the most success because I'm not always the best at using it super quickly. I store at room temperature. So I store it just like this, kind of like I do basil. I put it in a paper towel and I put it in a green bag. And I store it at room temperature in this green bag. Eggplant does release a ton of like that ethylene gas, so it makes other veggies or fruits around it go bad faster. So you do want to keep that in mind. You do want to store it in a different place. There are some great roasting recipes in the newsletter this week for eggplant. And then we've got a beautiful head of lettuce. What's gonna say? as always, I'm going to just wrap this guy in a little bit of paper towel to absorb some of the extra dampness. Dry and dirty is the way to go for storing lettuce. And then when you go to use it, you're going to rinse it off in some cold water. Spin it dry. If you want to then throw it back in a green bag, but once you rinse it off and get it wet again, it's going to go bad a lot faster. So if you know you're going to make salad over the next couple days, absolutely, like spin it dry, get it all ready to go. But if you want it to last for the next week, I would just throw it as it is with a paper towel in a green bag. And then corn, regular boxes got 6 ears. Large boxes got 12. That should just go in that bag that it came in. Put it in the refrigerator and eat it as soon as you possibly can, because it's going to be the sweetest, the soonest that you eat it, right? So the longer it sits in the fridge, the kind of starchier it becomes, and it's not as sweet. August is prime time for freezing corn. So if you plan on getting some in your freezer, now is the time to do it. And then fruit this week, we've got peaches. The peaches that I brought home are somewhat ripe. So I'm probably just going to put them in the refrigerator to buy myself some extra days. If yours aren't ripe and you wanted them to ripen quickly, I would keep them on the counter. I could even put them in a brown paper bag, and that would speeding up that ripening process. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you have a lot of peaches on hand, peaches are also a bag and freeze item, so you could also just like chop those guys up and put them in the freezer for like maybe overnight oats or smoothies or yogurt in the wintertime, but that's an easy item to freeze. And then we've got 2 different types of apples. We've got sunrise apples, which are these smaller guys here. And then we've got ginger golden apples, which are the larger ones. Both these are great for like snacking, enjoying. You don't necessarily have to bake with them. They should be good for weeks. If you wanted to, you could put them in the refrigerator, but if you're short on space, you could just keep them room temperature. And then, everyone also got a melon. Volunteers in Sylvania also wanted me to just let everyone know they really tried their best to make sure that everyone got the right melons depending on their store orders and what they wanted. But there was also a large variety of melons available this week in the store. So if anyone got the wrong melon, they sincerely apologize. But all the fruit shares also got a melon this week. If you're just overwhelmed with fruit and things are going bad, remember you can absolutely slice up this melon, like cube it and put it in a freezer bag and use that frozen melon for smoothies or even in like flavored water over the winter time. So just get that in the freezer if you need to. And then chicken share, pork share this week. I don't get the pork share, but I do get the chicken share. So I just figured I would kind of show you what that looked like. Anderson Farms did say that they had a little bit of a miscommunication with one of the butchers. So normally everyone would get those chicken patties in the chicken share, but instead everyone's getting like a pound of like ground chicken sausage. So if you want to, you can make patties with that, or you could just use the chicken sausage for something else, like a skillet meal or lasagna or something like that. But the chicken share is pretty awesome. We've got this nice spicy chicken sausage links this week. We've never had, I feel like, that variety before. There's always wings and drums. Always a whole chicken. And again, this all comes totally frozen, so it's so nice. If you don't use it, you can just kind of keep it and use it over the winter time. Several packages of chicken breast. I got 4, 5. Wow, that I feel like a lot. And then chicken thighs. And then the other really cool thing that started to happen, if you haven't noticed so far, but you can actually order additional chicken on the weeks where it's a chicken pickup. So like this week I ordered actually extra chicken sausage and some extra links if you wanted to kind of have some extra on hand. All right, well, that was week 10. So remember, next week is a pause week on the CSA. Everyone can get nice and caught up on everything that's in their fridge.